It's time to update your PRC-Saltillo AAC apps. Let's take a look at what's new in version 2.41 for Dialog AAC, Lamp Words for Life, and Touch Chat. The Almagu voices offered on the PRC-Saltillo AAC apps have been updated. The Almagu speech engine has recently made improvements to voice quality and pronunciation for Spanish and English voices. Check them out! With Update 2.41, you can now edit your message in the speech display bar by moving the cursor to where you want to edit. One way this can be done is by turning on Allow Place Cursor in the menu settings. Then press and hold the speech display bar. Select Place Cursor. The speech display bar will change color to let you know that you can now tap where you want the cursor to go for your edit. You can also add buttons to a page and use the new button actions to control where the cursor moves. You can move by character, word, or sentence, up, down, left, or right. The movable cursor button actions will allow your AAC user to be in control of their message without having to clear out the speech display bar to correct an error. Programming a page in your vocabulary file that can have these buttons available, the AAC user is now able to move the cursor exactly where they need to add or remove words or letters. After making the correction, they can then place the cursor back to the end of the sentence to continue their message. To learn how to add these buttons and use the movable cursor button actions, check out the tutorial videos for Touch Chat, Lamp Words for Life, and Dialog AAC on our AAC Apps YouTube channel. More button actions have been added to version 2.41 in all of our AAC apps. You can now have a button open a specific website with or without restricted viewing options set. Once you've programmed the button within your vocabulary file, it will open the website to the URL you programmed. View or read what is on the website, and then click on Done to go back to your AAC app. More apps have been added to the list of options to open from a button within our apps. You can open ChoiceWorks Calendar in Touch Chat and Dialog AAC, as well as opening the Talking Calculator Pro, MS Word, and Google Slides in Lamp Words for Life, Touch Chat, and Dialog AAC. If you're using head tracking or eye tracking within Touch Chat or Dialog AAC, new button actions have been added to improve your experience. If you need to pause so the tracker doesn't select a button,
Hello.
You are able to program a button within your vocabulary file to pause and resume head or eye tracking instead of having to use the smaller button in the navigation bar under the speech display bar. You can start tracking again when you're ready.
My day was great.
If you're using the Hiru eye tracker with Touch Chat or Dialog AAC, you can add a button within your vocabulary file to calibrate the eye tracker when needed. Another button action for eye tracking gives you the ability to re-enable Assistive Touch on your iPad. By default, when using eye tracking with Touch Chat or Dialog AAC, Assistive Touch is disabled. You can now program a button within your vocabulary file to give you access to the Assistive Touch control window. There are a few vocabulary updates available in Touch Chat in version 2.41. In WordPower 42 Basic, on the food and drink pages, you now have the ability to describe what the food or drink tastes like. When you press it, you can say, "It tastes," and go to the describers available. In WordPower 108 and WordPower 108 with keyboard, core words have been added on more category pages.
Let's play trucks.
This provides you the ability to expand on utterances and efficiently make sentences from those pages.
I like it.
Don't forget to check out all the great resources that PRC-Saltillo has to offer to support you and your AAC app users.